Have you ever wondered why every football you see on TV is a lot darker than the one that you get from the store? Well, that's because we game prep our footballs. Every quarterback from the NFL, other professional leagues like myself, colleges, and most high schools game prep and break in your footballs. In the NFL, equipment managers do it for the liking of the quarterback. And as you've seen me in the past make plenty of videos on breaking in and game prepping a football, using the Red River mud, which I used in college, everyone's favorite, the Catalina football mud. By the way, they asked me to take down the video because you guys sold them out. The Gridiron football prep mud, the LBC prep butter, and what the NFL and MLB teams use to game prep their balls, which I'm going to do on mine, the Lena football baseball mud. But let's get into it. How do you game prep and break in a football? So for starters, I needed another football, so Wilson sent me a nice ball. Thanks, Wilson. But as you can see, the ball came out with a reddish tint, and it's a little slick. Not something that an actual quarterback would want to go throw immediately. First, we're going to take a brush that you can find at wilson.com and brush and scuff the ball up a little bit. This is going to take off what I call the lacquer that comes from the production and shipment of the ball. No quarterback wants to throw with that. Next, you're going to take some Barbasol shaving cream and put a light coat on the ball to take out the red dye from the ball. It's only there to make the ball look nice, and when it rains, all that red dye is going to bleed on your hands, and you don't want that because it stains everything. Leave that light coat of shaving cream on the ball to pull out the red dye for about 10 to 15 minutes, no more, no less. And then come back and brush all of the shaving cream off the ball. Next, we can begin the process of actually breaking in the leather. So first, we have to refresh the leather of the ball because of the shaving cream drying out the leather. I'll take a thin coat of the Leather Honey leather conditioner and lather the ball in that. I used to typically give it 24 hours to dry, but using a heat gun, or in my case, a hair dryer on full max heat, allows the ball to soak in the leather conditioner faster, allowing me to get to the next step even faster. I would recommend you do that. Once the leather conditioner is set into the ball, I'll take a leather balm and put a nice thin coat of that on it as well, and use the heat gun again to soak that in and brush it into the ball, and then give it about 30 minutes to an hour to dry before then I start mixing the mud. Now it's what everybody's come here for, the mudding of the football. The mud that's used is not mud that you go and get just from the ground. The muds used to game prep a football are mixed with another leather conditioner in order to give grip, but also protect the football leather from the weather environments that it's going to be used in. And then I'm going to take this mud mixture and apply a nice coat to the football. The more you use, the darker the leather will come out. So if you want the really dark balls like you see on NFL Sundays, you're going to apply a lot more mud than a light coat. In high school, I only used a thin coat of mud, and it still kept this kind of reddish look of the football. Now, equipment managers, they only have a couple hours to get the ball done, so they don't let the mud sit as long as I do. But since I'm prepping my own ball use for training and other games that I play in, I'm going to let the mud sit for 24 hours and really soak into the ball and darken that leather. After 24 hours, I'm back to brush all the mud off the ball because now it is dried. And after taking this full coat of mud off the ball, I'll go back with the Leather Honey leather conditioner and give it a nice thin coat again to seal and protect the football from the elements. Again, using a hair dryer or a heat gun on high is going to allow this to soak into the ball faster, so then you can get on to the final step of adding tacky bar to the ball. So last but not least, you're going to take the tacky bar and apply a thin layer of coating by rubbing the tacky bar onto the ball. And then you'll brush it in to give it that little extra grip that when it wears in, it's going to be perfect. But that's how you break in, game prep a football from a professional quarterback. Hit me with all your comments down below. And as always, happy slinging.